Welcome back to Gems Uncut. I'm Heather.
And I'm Molly.
Let's
Let's
cut
cut
it
it
up.
up.
Oh man. So today, for all the people out there that are wondering, when do I hire a financial advisor? This one's for you. Shoot. I think the biggest misconception is what, Molly?
That they should have just hired someone yesterday and being rich. They got to be rich, but it really, like, you're ready yesterday,
Yeah,
typically.
100%. You do not have to be rich. You do not have to have buckets of money to be like, "Oh, now I need a financial advisor." You need a financial advisor to get buckets of money.
Absolutely. I think saying that you got to be rich to then work with a financial advisor is like saying, well, I'll wait till I go to the gym until I'm fit.
Right.
Don't you go to the gym to become fit?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's going to be a lot of synergies with fitness and this financial advisor stuff we talk about today for
Absolutely.
sure. So, also, what are signs that you're actually ready to be able to hire a financial advisor?
I think it's like you're making good money. You're starting to save, more money and you see your bank account grow and you're hitting a major milestone potentially. You're getting married, divorced, having children, inheritance that's coming, any like major life change. Always a good point to work with a financial advisor or your financial advisor to make
Yeah,
sure like, hey, like what do I need to do? Pivot.
right.
And maybe you're going to Google or ChatGPT and asking questions that really would be better for a financial advisor.
Yeah.
ChatGPT or Google might give you a good framework, but got to get customized for you. And it's a strategy, not just like saving. So,
Yeah, absolutely. I think about like whenever probably us both getting out of college, financial advising, if we wouldn't have come into this industry, it's like we wouldn't have known half of the stuff. And a big reason us doing this podcast is because we want to be able to reach the masses of those younger people to get started on the right foot because it makes a world of difference. Just being able to talk about the principles of here's my income, my expenses need to be half of my income. I need to save a portion and then I can spend a portion. And it's just being able to live and have that obedience to follow. But you're not going to know those things unless you talk to a financial advisor.
yeah. And I think something that we try to help with our clients is balance. Like, enjoy today, but like, let's think about tomorrow. So then that way tomorrow can be greater. And
Right.
we don't have to go and say, dang, I wish I could have done this. Yeah, you could have if we worked together
Right.
sooner. So that's why the best time to work with an advisor was yesterday.
Yeah,
'Cause the
absolutely.
sooner you do, the sooner you're gonna get to those goals.
For sure. Another indication of being ready to take the next step is if you have 3 to 6 months of your living expenses saved up in an emergency fund, high yield savings account, savings,
Yeah,
checking. If you've got that built up, there are next steps.
yeah, and I mean, even just having assets to manage anywhere, it could be in a non-qualified account, those investment accounts could be in an old, retirement account.
Yeah,
So, just like, what do I do next with this? Like,
right.
times for us to get together.
And whenever we think about what do we do next, I think a big common trend today is to go to Instagram, go to TikTok, go to our gurus that have planted the seed in the financial community.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, here's the next step. Those are a lot of good tools and resources to generate ideas, most definitely. They're not tailored to you, though. So, whenever it comes to like why you would hire a financial advisor instead of kind of the DIY process, is because, recently I went through like a mental healing journey. And in the process, I love like tuning into different podcasters like Mel Robbins. And man, there's just so many. But all of that stuff is great and I can apply it. But actually working with somebody directly, they help me pinpoint the ways that I can apply things specifically tailored to me to where I understand it and to where I can actually get better results and shape a better future because of my specificities.
Yeah,
So it's the same thing with your money. If you, you know, need additional tools and resources specified to you, an
absolutely.
advisor has that too.
I think another thing on the DIY in general is, those Instagram people are like, "Hey, just go do it yourself. You can open this account, just invest in this one fund or whatever, you can do it
Mhm.
yourself." And going back to that, like, fitness is, a lot of times I think those influencers will say that. They could have incentives, I don't know, but also it's like, "Oh, I could save and not pay a financial advisor to do these things."
Right.
However, for most people, it's like going to the gym, like, you could pay for that gym membership. How quickly you're gonna hit your goals versus if you get the gym membership and hire the personal trainer. You're
Right.
gonna get there much quicker if you hire that personal trainer. It's that extra accountability
Uh,
to help you get there. I don't know about you. I just remember, like, if I was running back in the day, like in high school, I wouldn't run nearly as fast as I would when it was basketball practice and I had my coach watching me.
100%, 100%. And the clarity that you can get just by talking to somebody that can generate ideas. Or sometimes, how many times do we meet with people and they're just like, oh, I want to be able to retire on time and I want to be able to buy a house. And we're like, that's it? No, we need to be thinking way bigger.
Right?
You have the potential to, 10x everything. So
Absolutely.
it's there for that encouragement as well.
Yeah. So I know it's kind of like we've already talked about it. Like, what does an advisor do? I think, it's like we're the guide, we're the sounding board, like, and help you with the strategy. But we really, like, to your point, is like we want to help you think bigger.
Right.
Like, of course, you're probably going to buy a house one day. Of course, like, you're going to retire one day. Of course, we want you to think bigger. Maybe we
Right.
retire sooner. Maybe we live a grander lifestyle. Maybe we get that house sooner, or it's the dream home.
I think the biggest thing with hiring a financial advisor is having someone there through volatility and the
Hmm.
emotion that comes into play whenever the market is doing its thing. It's going up and down because, man, the stories from 2008 that people come in, they say, oh, yeah, my parents really suffered during that time and they took all their money out of the market. And you just like, your heart rips a
Yeah.
little bit and you're like, wow, who told you to do that? I mean, what is our favorite stat that we talk to people about is like when the market has a big correction, 100% of the time, the market comes back to all new highs. That is a crazy stat. And that also just speaks volumes to uh, not letting your emotions take control during uncertainty. Don't make decisions when you're in a valley.
Absolutely.
So many good things to unpack there, but I would say that's majority of the work that we do is helping people just manage their emotions with the volatility of the market.
Absolutely. So, like, the elephant in the room, when might you want to wait?
Ooh. So, discipline. At the end of the day, you can talk the talk, but you have to walk the walk. If um you're not willing to make some sacrifices to really look in the mirror and be like, okay, yes, I am spending way too much on DoorDash or cutting it out completely
Mhm.
so that I can actually work towards something important. You've got to have discipline because we can tell you all day long to do something, but if you're not going to do it, then we're wasting both of our times.
Absolutely. I think, if you also, like, just have a lot of debt and you're not willing to take that change, like you said, like, if you have debt and you're wanting to make a change and you're willing to do those things, like, that goes into the, like, you're ready to work with somebody. You just got to be coachable at the end of the day.
Right. Absolutely. So, hiring an advisor, it's not about having it all together, but it's just wanting more for yourself and taking action. And we all got to start somewhere. And so sometimes it's the kick in the butt that you need.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need money. You just need clarity and, like,
Ooh,
conviction to hit your goals.
yes. I love it. I love it. Well, what we like to say here at Gems Uncut is to always give yourself grace. We're all going through life. Staying consistent is the key because every gem
Starts
starts
uncut.
uncut.